is tight!
Hey guys, welcome to another video of obscure, well, sort of obscure, toy lines from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Let's kick it off in the 70s by Hasbro 1972 Daredevils. Hasbro produced a lot of electrical and motorized toy playsets back in the late 60s and 70s. Daredevils were small miniature metal planes attached to a copper wire with an electrical volt flowing through it, spinning the motor. With the power console and the plane catapult, you could actually get these toy planes to fly around the playset. There were several playsets all designed with different story themes. Daredevils are a very popular collector's item on the secondary market now. James Bond Jr. Hasbro, 1991. James Bond Jr. is a fictional character described as the nephew of Ian Fleming's master spy, James Bond. The name was first used in 1967 for a spin-off novel, and later in 1991 for an American animated TV series and toy line. Tons of variations came out for James Bond Jr., shooting from the hip action, ninja gear, parachute action, and scuba gear, along with several of his villains. He learned the game from his Uncle James. Remember that damn theme? Amaze-a-matics, Hasbro, 1970. Hasbro had a real winner with the Amaze-a-matics, the fantastic car with a brain. This battery-operated car traveled forward and backwards, could turn left and right based on the grooves cut into a programmable card that you fed into the bottom of your car. The car came with a number of pre-programmed plastic cards and the blank cardboard pieces so that you could actually program your own courses. There were a total of 8 different bodies, 2 available, and then you could buy extra kits. This looks like a toy I would have played with if I was born in the 70s. Another one from Hasbro, this one 1973, Knuckle Busters. Knuckle Busters is a 2-player boxing-inspired game where, just like in boxing, you try and knock your opponent down by squeezing 2 hand grips to make your fighter 2-hand punch. You knock down your opponent by hitting him in the nose. An interesting feature is that there isn't really a ring, but 2 strings that keep the fighters together, so you can get as close as you want to hit, but not long enough where you can escape. The toy also came with a record that played the crowd cheering, booing, hissing, and ring bell noises. Cyboars, Imaginary Limits, 1996. Now, I'm sure like most of you, I said the same thing. What the hell are Cyboars? Released in 1997, the Cyborgs were a group of pig-like alien warriors that found themselves locked in battle with the villainous Bionicle Bulls for the fate of the galaxy. So this was another knockoff of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle styles that kind of worked for Street Sharks. It just didn't really work for anyone else. They were part pig, part robot, and basically it's you take an animal, you make them extreme and humanoid form, and they hope for the best, and it just didn't work out. I've never heard of these, but if you Google it, they actually have a website and a cartoon that seems to be still running somewhere. The Mighty Ducks, Mattel, 1996. They're awesome hockey players and fearless crime fighters. Meet the Mighty Ducks. Superhero ducks who travel to Earth from another dimension to battle the evil Lord Dragonus. These heroic hotshots have only one goal: to defeat Lord Dragonus and play some serious hockey. 10 figures, 3 vehicles, and smaller plastic collectible characters that were non-hockey playing ducks at the time, Duck L'Orange and Tanya. Subsequent waves of the toy series saw more battle and riot gear armored ducks as opposed to hockey playing. Monster Face, Hasbro, 1992. I had this as a child, and seeing this again is total nostalgia. Monster Face was a giant skull head which you could assemble yourself using over 30 frightful facial parts, including monster gloop, ooze, blisters, spiders, worms, scars, a movable jaw, and a blue mohawk. He's referred to as the monster version of Mr. Potato Head. Being marketed towards boys and coming out for the Christmas season of 1992, this toy did fairly well, proving popular enough that when the R.L. Stine books hit, it was reconfigured and repackaged with the Goosebumps moniker on it and sold again. And that's gonna do it for another episode, guys. That makes 13 episodes now. Wow, we've covered a lot of toys, and I couldn't have done it without your help. I've gotten a lot of suggestions and recommendations of toy lines that I only remembered when they were mentioned, some I've never even heard of. So guys, thank you again so much. This series is as much yours as it is mine at this point, and I'd like to continue, so please keep the comments, the likes, the recommendations coming. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in about a week with hopefully a flea market video game hunting video, and then we'll come back to the toys in about 2 weeks. Until next time, guys, have a great one, and I'll see you later. Click one. Come on, you know you want.